Inferno might be a simpler affair, which may favor Saints, because when they made it simple on their T side, they found more success. They will be starting on the counter-terrorist side as we move into the familiar arches, corners, and walls of Inferno. The Julies out for Bunny once again. Made the raid boss by Saints. Can they stop HSG though? We'll find out right now.
We'll find out indeed. HSG got actually a nice chunk of util as well. Have a flash, double smoke, and a Molotov. Actually, a lot of it early used to try and deal with Banana, but no. Saints go straight out with the middle push, the scrunch in towards T-Ram, and so far so good. But trades are also up on the board, and HSG is now aware. Looking for any headshots and taps. Ooh, well, the sound cue certainly reveals the position, and there might still be a shot now that xiaowu has found the first kill out of the two. Only Bunny left. The smoke, at least, will delay things a bit.
Those Julies are so pretty. They have to win this 1v1, surely. Although xiaowu, ever dangerous. This is a big round going down to the last two players. xiaowu down to 69, but that'll be enough to finish off the job, land the headshot. HSG take the pistol. Saints are going to have to do it the hard way.
Hard way it will have to be. And especially considering when I look back at yesterday's game, Saints, of course, have already played Inferno here in the tournament. Their opening match was against, well, none other than IEMImpact Katowice. Managed to get 5 rounds, but those 5 rounds were on their T side. 0 when it came to CT. So if they want to improve, if they want to have a shot, their CT side needs to be improving. But, of course, on the back of that pistol loss, that means that there is not really going to be that much of an investment coming out of Saints for this round. And with that, they have decided to stack up once again, going for a bit of a peek towards middle. Bunny at least will find one, but not before the cleanup game has already begun. At least Bunny can try to farm some cash, has a Mach 10 now in her hands. But everyone will be going on the hunt. TFI, final kill will be hers. And with that, a near to clean second round now up on the board.
Fast eco round is a good eco round. Let's get into the business side of things. Going to be a rough start for Saints, of course. Even in this round with the MP9 and a double FAMAS. Now, what I'm interested to see is if they can stop HSG from dictating the pace, if they can deny them Banana. They've got the utility to do it here. They are starting with 3 players towards the B bomb site. xiaowu's deploying some grenades for HSG as well. One molly missed, but no harm done. HSG maybe looking to read the temperature of the room as far as Saints are concerned. Not starting early on Banana, but trying to make their way in with pop flashes, and so far so good for HSG as they find an entry on Bunny. So maybe a false sense of security for Saints there, getting Banana for free, but nothing is free versus HSG.
Bit of a shame that Flash was supposed to go deep, but it eventually blinded a teammate. But they do make it even. Still, though, Jay Cranny took a large chunk of damage. Could become scary later on in the round. And with that, HSG forced to slow things down. Banana, definitely a bit of a slaughter fest. So they go right the other way. Good initial take by Paula. That's also information gained. So immediately try to reposition. Take care of Long. There is still a smoke into play. So right now the focus is all up on the side. But the pit player, not good. Well, eventually only one. But trades again are present. And that now leaves just Jay Cranny with 12 HP left.
Catching fat headshots from Mach 10s with no helmets. That is quite the rough round for Saints. HSG carrying their weaponry through, giving them extra range on that Banana position. So again, HSG allowing Saints to make their play on Banana, let them secure it, let them move down towards the tree, move in with the pop flash. Not everybody has a helmet, and that makes those Mach 10s, Negevs themselves, like running Negevs almost, very, very dangerous indeed. Bullets flying in all directions. Jay Cranny holding on to the AK-47 most likely, although...
Oh, well. That's at least one more. Arjun still smiling through it all. If won the round, it got a bit costly at the end of the day. But nothing really too much of a worry. And again, those flashbangs really hurt yourself if they're not going to be as sharp. And that's the thing that you were saying. You know, HSG, their attention to detail, it seems to be a lot sharper and a lot better timed in comparison to Saints. But of course, it's only the beginning, only 3 rounds thus far. But with the previous investment, that means that Saints now are again out of money, only having Jay Cranny up on the 8K. And immediately, ooh, okay, Polar manages to trade with just dualies in her hands.
Now, the Mac-10 in the hands of xiaowu is busy on Banana. So that rifle might just be collected. I think Kiki's on her way to see if she can steal it. Indeed, she can. However, it's a long rotation to get that rifle into action on the speed bomb site. We've got 2 Saints players here, but see what they're able to do. Cranny dropped Bunny, though, with 2 5.7s. His mate is doable. 2v2, Paula is up close. There's a smoke for Kiki coming in from Banana, though. Not sure how she'll use that. But she has the rifle, more importantly. A rifle with no Kevlar. It's going to be hard to duel. She'll have to be fast, but we've seen her clutch already, especially on the speed bomb site yesterday. Can she do the same now? She's got half the info at least. She knows where Hazel is. Popping up, changing her angle now. There's GFI dropped, and not realizing who was who on a kill feed. Hazel pops out from the similar position. Secures the round for HSG. That was a dangerous one, though, but they passed the test.
And they keep their cool. After plan positions were good. And trades up on the board, but yeah, it still got quite costly. So that means the bank is not really going to be stacking up in the same way as it did over and overpass. I felt back then in the early games, the rounds were a lot cleaner. But it also shows that Saints certainly have some good ideas. Obviously, yesterday, they actually looked still pretty solid considering the scoreline against Enigma Galaxy. But we also have seen HSG face Enigma Galaxy in the past, and even on Inferno, Enigma Galaxy is probably one of their better maps. Managed to get double digits, and that certainly is scary. HSG come in prepared even better than the past season. But look at this, bracket is on lockdown. Kiki not letting anyone through.
Putting the mollies down, just in case it's higher urgency. It's going to be hard for HSG to turn this one around. Hazel and GFI lurking. This is great to see. Saints high in the numbers for now. Now what does Hazel do? There's already an AWP in the hands of Saints. The scope will concede her position, so now she's got to fast forward her way. Looking for info there, but hard to make a play. It's a long time to try and save the AWP, but maybe it was an option. Money's a bit ropey for HSG. But perhaps she didn't want to die after time. So a big round from Kiki. She's had a few big rounds for Saints already, and here's another one on Inferno. Yesterday we saw her on B. Here we see it top mid. Lined up well, M4A4 coming in handy. Great spray, good transfer. First round on the board. And with the damage they did with that 5-7, I think it was Bunny earlier on, that's going to put HSG in eco territory.
But of course, leave it up to GFI to come out with a flashy gun. No negative. But we'll have a sawed-off in hand, which is real spicy considering, you know, close range on T side. That means you gotta get some cheeky angles your way. So far, creeping up on middle, getting some apps control. This time, no Kiki present there. We'll have a bit more of an off angle here to work with, together with Oya, who then has her back. So, relatively similar setup, and now the push comes through. Some actually good kills, and eventually... Oh, this is just disgusting because the pistols, look at what they're doing. Hazel now has an AK. And this is suddenly doable. The bomb's even going to go down.
GFI understand that she needs to play close quarters with the sword-off. The Nova's super underrated. Sword-off, more of a situational weapon. You need to be at a certain range. Playing off the sound cues now. Who peaks first? Does Hazel peak first and leave GFI in the clutch? Seems that will have to be the case. The smoke is up. They're both swinging from long now. GFI with the sword off straight in the dome. Has she got the sound cues for Jake Cranny? She does! Oh, the meat shot! She gets there eventually. The sword off clutch. The spray is whiffed at close range, and she's like, just another day in the office. Oh, look how red she is. Point blank, full spray with the rifle, but the sword off, douche, douche, douche. Does the job. Beautiful work. The sword off, you know.
And immediately her face as well. GFI is like, yeah, I did that. Oh, that's so insane. Takes out the up first, beautiful headshot. It got a little tricky here, but then considering this spray just completely missing out of Jake Rennie, yeah, and that
Where are
certainly...
the bullets going? Firing blanks. GFI is like, yeah. It's not even my main play. The Negev is not out just yet. Maybe the second half for the Negev. But honestly, the Nova is underrated because the longer barrel means that the shell spread is far tighter, so you can do some nasty stuff at range. I love a Negev. I love a Nova on Inferno. The sword off, however, useful to clear apps, but it's so situational because obviously a short barrel, the spread is so wide, so the range is very, very limited on that. But GFI just believes in herself. Doesn't matter what the tool is.
Confidence is key. Of course, she tends to top frag even while RGLing. And she was talking earlier about, I want to play not just good Counter-Strike, I want to play beautiful Counter-Strike. And sure, some people, they might say, wow, shotguns, who cares? But this is just so much fun to see, and it even works.
But it's also psychological warfare. If you mess up a spray with an M4 from 1 meter away and you get domed by the third shot of a sword off, that's going to play in your mind. You're going to probably play worse after that. You can see how embarrassed she was about it. And there's the whole map is yet to come. It's psychological warfare.
Now Saints.
Sorry.
Well, they're on a buy again. But they are so passive with Banana. At least Paula boosted up, gets almost 1 for free. Not really any flashbangs to deal with. So she easily can fall back, get a bit of a different spot. Now she makes her way back towards A. Long was a tiny bit compromised, so they make sure that they keep eyes on both sides of the map. But HSG not quite done with Banana just yet. Still, it's uncontested. And with that bit of free range, want to use it to their advantage. Still 2 players present though of Saints, but with the clock going down, that means a push will have to come out relatively soon. With the smokes in play, Bunny just has to respect it. Jake Rennie falls down as well, at least good for 1, but immediately a trade up on the board. And with that, very difficult now for Saints to hang on to.
The bomb site can be very expensive to retake. HFFO knows her angles, looking for the boost over the smoke. Now, do they continue to push? 2 of the 3 players have got kits, but they've got to win their duels. GFI dancing on Banana. She's going to get pop flashed in. No, she's just swinging dry. Losing 2 mates in the meantime. GFI in the clutch now. How many bullets does she have left? 11. That might be enough. Up close, and that's going to be an easy one. It's the easy edge of volley up. Pedestrian clutch there towards the end for HSG. 6-1. Money's awkward for Saints now. 3,500 average, so the problems will continue on their CT side.
And it looks to be that HSG is not even stressed. Smiles up on their faces. But we still got to give credit. That was still, at the end of the day, a very, very close round. A bit of a shame that the smoke was a tad bit too deep. So with that, Oya sticking out, making it nearly impossible for her to survive in that clutch. And because, again, the back round doesn't seem to be going their way, Saints forced to go back to some pistols. Let's see, at least for a potential app push, at least, they're holding it off for now. Because HSG have been abusing these spots, but as they are focusing so heavy on one part of the map, again, Banana, not much force coming back out of Saints.
Lovely read in the pacing from HSG. Cutting noise and understanding the urgency for Saints' desperation. Oh, just out of there in time. Protecting the rifle, Argent. Slowing things down. They know there's 1, maybe 2 players there. Bunny's been good with a 5-7. That is a small note in a disastrous CT half so far. Really, I'm looking for the next one. How are they going to find a way to turn things around? Maybe Kiki can steal a rifle away or something. And GFI's the early warning system with the MAC-10. Maybe some bonus money to be collected here. And Kiki, she doesn't really have much to lose here, so she could just try to keep the T's on the site. It's a long time to wait, though, for them to die with the bomb. 7-1 for HSG. Saints on the bye once again. How are they going to turn things around?
You might just want to be, for example, calling a timeout. To at least give yourself a proper plan of how to counter. I've seen a bit of lack of presence coming out of Banana from Saints. And HSG pretty much get it for free almost every single round. Ooh. One boost into middle, go aggressive. And with that, escape. Beautiful play. And, well, not give them any kill back for free.
That's what we want to see. We need to see the confidence plays from Saints. They have to play with confidence. They have to believe in themselves. If they second-guess themselves, if they doubt themselves, HSG will seize on that. They'll exploit that. The confident plays are awesome. Variations of that smoke where it either smokes everything or you can do something like that. We need to see some flair, some attitude, some personality on the server from Saints. That's a great way to start. But again, HSG looking to abuse the numbers game. They're so close to the site as well. xiaowu's found a way in. HFFO's going to fall to the flames here, but there will be a trade, a Molotov trade between J Cranny and HFFO. 3v2 now for Paula and Saints. Got a slight advantage as the bomb is planted. 12 HP for Argent. She'll still be a problem though. xiaowu will have to do the heavy lifting here with her angle. Hot flash manages to eat it anyway, and that is a good swing from Saints. A trade fragger is here now. Argent has to clutch with 12 HP, 1 versus 3. Sees the molly coming, sees them coming. Only good for the 1 though. Saints will find another round on the board.
And exactly similar like we already saw on Overpass. It's when Saints is picking up the pace, it's coming out with aggression. That's when HSG is struggling to adapt a little bit and they get overwhelmed. So these types of scenarios being so overexposed towards Team Ram, still going in. Obviously, don't use a flash. And with that, free real estate for Saints. And there were actually a good couple of trades up on the side as well. So they maintained that player advantage throughout the entire clutch. And because of that, Arden already being so low, making it very difficult for HSG to halt onto the afterplan. But the money is not gone just yet. Certainly is kept at a relatively lower point in comparison to Overpass, but they can still afford a buy. Saints, though, again, looking into apartments, but there's presence as well for HSG, and at the same time, oh no! That's a team flash, and with that, well, that is certainly not the way you want to be starting off with. At least a good trade up on the board again. But that means Banana is, again, going the way of HSG.
Yeah, the AWP is rotating over, maybe for support grenades at this point, for Bunny. Having problems clearing Banana or being susceptible to those flash pushes from HSG, as again, there was another flash to come through there. Kiki was boosted up at the beginning of the round. Now, how do Saints get back into this game? They've got to pretty much, they're at the mercy of their opponent waiting for them to make their play. Kiki won't be able to get a frag there. That leaves Olia on an island. Sometimes you'll see the AWP push up short in that position to find out what is going on. As Saints get annihilated on the A-bomb site. Again, that 4v5. It's hard, obviously Kiki can't rotate after the place where she's been boosted, so that makes things awkward when the AWP is not making an aggressive play. Just have to wait and see, and then at that point, HSG will have the numbers advantage wherever they choose to push, likely to be up against 2 players. Trade frag your way into the bomb site, and away you go. Only Argent lost in this one as HSG moved to 8 rounds. Now, it's going to be another rough round for Saints, but if they can hold on to this AWP, if they can find an opening frag, then maybe there's something to be done in round 11.
Saints need to be doing something unexpected. So that fast-paced aggression towards middle worked. Or perhaps try something with Banana. You know, I think I've only seen a deep smoke Banana once. And once it faded, it was just all given up again. And HSG could just do the same thing, but just only a little bit later up in the round. Though, I mean, Saints are trying a little bit more towards the A-bomb side, but even at the end, I feel the trays are maybe just not as sharp, though, in comparison to B. So HSG can, pretty much no matter which side they go to, they can just waltz upon the side. Oh!
That was a rough flick to land. Hazel with a big headshot. Did muster a number of rifles around the AWP, but that has quickly been lost. Looking outmatched versus HSG. AWP disposal service. Thank you to xiaowu. That just makes things all the more expensive for Saints. Now, what is the play here? Bunny and Olia together have no flashes, so it's really hard to make an aggressive play. Really, really risky on this B bomb site. I'd have to edge forward. All the flashbangs are on the A bomb site. Always a little shy on the grenades. It will be the dry peek here for Bunny.
Oh.
And that's dry peeks are expensive. So it's another issue for them. Just as we saw in the first half, just lacking the flashes in the right place. Not much you can do after that. That round is over. Or is it? As we see GFI is hunting. She knows they can't make a play towards B. She wants to make this even worse for them. But yeah, I feel like it was a bit early for them to not have any flashes over towards B. Lost a sniper, and they don't have the utility to try and fight their way back into the round in the right way. Having to go for those dry peaks, that's such a gamble.
Something I noticed as well. So once they've cleared those two players over towards B, they're down, and they're walking up on the side. I'm not sure. It's probably just the way they're feeling right now in the game. But HSG is not even properly checking the side anymore. They're like, okay, well, we got the two. And Saints is not playing with any more than two players up on the side. They just throw in the smoke for CT, and that's it. They just waltz upon, and they don't even bother with checking new box, for example. Could come and bite them later on if they're playing, this in such a relaxed fashion. But it is also showing that Saints is sort of like doing the same thing over and over again, and HSG is just getting used to it.
So we see attack timeout from Saints here. I think there's a lot of, from what we're seeing on their CT side, I think there's a lot of very easy improvements for them to raise their game pretty quickly. Again, that attention to detail that we see from HSG, they set such a good example in that respect. The tools they have afforded to them to be as efficient as possible, to support each other as best as possible with the flashes for the swings, with the trade fragging, with the bait setups, as we saw an overpass coming out of connector. But there's still potential for 6 rounds on the board. Of course, we've only got a hero rifle on this occasion. The 2 players towards B for Saints. Now falling off will be heard by xiaowu. So Bunny's going to have to be real careful this time. Jay Cranny might need to edge a bit further to the side here. That's their only smoke on the B bomb site. Once that goes, then Cranny's got a flash, so they can do a swing towards top banana. I can see that they're setting up for that. That's going to give them the info, actually. Does she dare go for the flank, though?
Flashes in immediately, deal with the boost, deal with even Paula right after. A completely compromised. Of course, it was for the majority just a few pistols. The M4, most likely because of the money, is forced to save, because the 2 versus 5 is borderline impossible. They can't leave Jake Randy, though, to go in for a bit of a hunt, but best to save your kit, save your Kevlar, and then try again the next.
Saints looking for their 3rd round. CT side proving pretty difficult for them.
Ooh. Oh, free AK. So now you want to be a bit more careful.
A welcome in Eagle. They're going to lose it all. Yeah, GFI and co giving them nothing for free. HSG make it to double figures, but the next buy comes out for Saints now. We've seen a few rounds where they've got that initial entry, but the pop flash and swings from HSG, be it banana, be it top mid, they are so strong. That was a great 2K for xiaowu. Very, very fast target acquisition there. Now, Saints have to, from what we've seen so far in this half, they have to be expecting these pop flash plays. So see if they adjust and are able to have some kind of anti-flash or counter flashes. Just wait for those pop flashes to come through around the corner. Deploy some flashes yourself and swing afterwards. Again, storming Banana. Now let's see what HSG choose to do here. They could start to target top Banana and take that away as well. Saints will start to deploy their grenades. Very defensive towards B at the moment. You can see Jay Cranny's got one flash. And Bunny's got one as well. So they may look to just play that position and drop a incendiary should the push come their way. But now we can see HSG with some focus towards the A bomb site. Paul has been patient. There's the opening frag for Saints. Dropping a smoke there as they fall back. Kiki's got a nice angle as well. Spots the barrel of the gun. It's gone way too early there. Signs of nervousness, maybe.
I wonder why she was pushed up that far, because there was no trade potential at all from the short players. Or perhaps not expecting the timing to come out so early. So all the focus was still up on apartments. And with that, actually, HSG go right back the other way. There's still two CTs dealing with A for the time being. But they're already storming the B-bomb site. This time clearing it out. And the rest of the remaining CTs are stuck behind the smoke. Well, the smoke might not be just enough cover. xiaowu will go down. So technically, a player advantage for Saints. At HSG, we know they're after plants. They're looking sharp. Paula now tagged up as well. And all those little tidbits of damage could work in HSG their favor.
Look how Hazel changes position immediately. It's more guesswork as to where the AWP is, and they find out in the most painful way. Flashes through. They're lining up for Hazel now, still struggling to get on the bomb site. She's in the reload, and Saints, I think, are falling back now. They've lost their initial pushes again. Hazel, last seen tagging in the pool, moves over towards New Box and gets a frag towards the coffins. Very, very painful to find that information out for Saints. 11 rounds now for HSG, looking unstoppable on the T side of Inferno.
At least with the bomb explosion, the AWP went flying Saints their way. So the one weapon that they are able to save means at least a hero AWP coming into play. Perhaps a force, because right now the gap is certainly becoming very, very dangerous between these two teams. And there is only 2 more rounds to play for. So what is Saints gonna be doing? I see a couple of smokes being brought up while they are discussing the strategy for the round to come after this. Yeah, and this last round, it is exactly Hazel's positioning. And even so, she had to reload. You know, the AWP, of course, had been nerfed a tad bit. But no one there to punish.
Jay Cranny with the hero AWP in this round, taking a lot of molly damage as he tries to get an early pick. There is one HE in the hands of GFI, but I think she'll be avoiding that for the time being. We have seen some work done with the 5-7s here, but this is rough for Saints. You can see they're just playing to spot and maybe disengage. You don't have any flashes in this round, just the odd smoke. But you can still put HSG in a dire situation. They're walking into the stack at the moment, actually. Olia will see the bomb as well, falling back for the time being into the smoke. The push comes through. Kiki's here to try and trade as well, but just can't quite connect the dots there. Arjun and HFFO could drop pretty quickly, though, and these pistols don't have too much to lose. An important one for GFI, who's going through the menu of the weapons now. The Krieg coming out on Inferno. Jay Cranny will maybe be looking to save this AWP. Indeed, she's on the B bomb site, disengaging. So the sword off, now the Krieg for GFI. What's next?
Please let it be a negative. But I feel like once we are going to be switching sides, that's when we saw the infamous negative play. But because it's so infamous, I wonder what kind of position GFI, if she picks it up, will be playing it with. Because obviously the boost over towards short, that surely has to be predicted in some sort of way.
It's one thing to predict it, it's another thing to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that means it might be back in the mind of Saints, you know, corners that you need to be checking. You need to put that time into that area, whereas perhaps then she could swing from a different position. But that is for later to come. right now. Last round of the first half, 12-2, 10 rounds separating these two teams. Saints desperately looking for another round now up on the board.
Flashed off the angle, Jay Cranny. Again, the detail from HSG. Obstacle avoidance. Doesn't look like Jay Cranny's done with Banana just yet. Still lurking around. One of two snipers in this round for Saints. Being flashed off their initial angles. You can see Argent being very, very patient. I don't think sometimes you'll see a two-person boost in Boiler from the CT side, but Argent was looking for everything. Will we see grenades towards CT? Oh, this would be a devastating time to do it. Got to be on the wall, though. This particular angle. Seems that they are going for a general execute here at HSG. Granny boosted up. But there'll be flashbangs as well. That's always going to be a problem. Avoids the first one, but can't make the connection. They've lost position on the bomb site, but she finds xiaowu through the smoke. I don't know if they've got the util to... she could drop a HE towards the default plant spot. But apart from that, we're going to need the rest of the team to rotate. Argent keeping an eye on Banana. HE's gone the wrong way. Again, nervous, not wanting to get caught by the spray. Speaking of, Argent will hold down Banana. There's the lurk gone for Kiki. But it's still 4-3 of HSG.
Well, the longer they wait, the time, of course, continues to tick on that bomb. And HFFO ready, very, very quick. Now, they hope that perhaps they could do it with a boost. And again, it gets predicted. Oya goes down. Hazel now left with an ARB in hand. And it doesn't even matter how little HP they have left. And with that, a 13-2. Saints definitely need to get a move on. And we will find out if they can do so after the break.
Ladies, put your hands in the sky, raise them up. Put your hands in the sky so I can see them. Ladies, put your hands in the sky, raise them up. Put your hands together, put your hands together, put your hands together. Come on, ladies, come on, girl, put your hands together. Put your hands together, put your hands together. Come on, ladies, round them up. Hey. We are a unit unstoppable. We are a unit of choice. We are a unit that's powerful. Nothing can stop the force.
so far, all the pistols have been won by HSG, and they are up 13-2 as well. That means all the pressure, all the eyes are gonna be on Saint for this potential last pistol round in this best of 3.
Lots of lessons to be learned after the fact for Saints. Pretty difficult to adjust to them now, but again, the flash play is great. GFI trying to find the frag, but not outstaying her welcome. She will fall back. There'll be some util for Saints as well. Little poke up top mid, but nothing doing just yet. Jay Cranny's been lost early in this pistol round. Smoke and a flash for Bunny. Now, how do they make their way towards the bomb site? HFFO is starting to wonder what's happening on Banana, and GFI is doing the same. Just about sees the bench player. Instant trade, though. That's the bomb spotted. Now what the rest of the team do? Seems that Hazel may... Well, she's moving around, actually, but she'll have to stay close to the site. I thought she might go towards top mid. But xiaowu moves into a more defensive position on A. Now, Saints have a minute. 3 players remaining. HFFO getting more aggressive on Banana. We can see Argent's making her way towards A now as well.
Yeah, HSG flashed into Banana for information with that rotation already gonna come through. Perhaps not even necessary. Hazel fighting by herself. Now Argent will chime in too. And they are deleting almost everyone almost cleanly. And with that, another pistol round up on the board for HSG. 100% in this best of 3. Looking sharp, looking solid, and it's a repeat of what happened on Overpass. That was a 13-2 half, and immediately then being 14 up. Now, at least with Saints being on T side, it's going to be a little bit easier to get yourself some weapons. For example, double Mech 10 lining up and a good chunk of util around it. But you know, you can have all the util you want, but it's how you use it that's going to be making the difference.
I think Saints hesitate in the mid round. Sometimes you can have your IGL, you can have a secondary caller who may provide some help at a certain part of the round, and I think they might need a bit more of that in the mid round there, where it's like slow for the sake of being slow, and then teams take advantage of that. HSG feels like they read that hesitation and they just take control away from Saints. Then things get more and more difficult for them. 4 players remain here, and they've got some util, they've got some flashes, they've got some smokes. Minute 9 on the clock. They don't have Banana, which makes life more difficult for them. But once these smokes go, maybe they can turn things around. But here we go. HSG don't wait for that play to be made. They take the fight to Saints and take their choices away now. Things become more difficult, more limited for Saints with the remainder of their squad.
Oh, this is so good. I remember back when HSG was playing against Enigma Galaxy, and their CT side was so solid. Banana control for days. And it's uncanny to see Enigma Galaxy being scared of taking Banana, and so is Saints having to go through the different choke point. That's middle at least. After the kill of Oya, they can now get a bit of a move on, but the time certainly is going to be ticking. xiaowu and Hazel are here and present. And with that, easy cleanup. Saints, that force bite not quite going to be going the way, and already map and series point now for HSG.
Seems that we might not see the Negev today, or at least now for HSG. MP9 for GFI. Purely business, strictly business, no messing around. Great confidence for HSG, and again for Saints. This is really good data. I think this is, well, we'll talk about it if the game ends, actually.
Oh.
GFI now, it's got so much info, so much control. Hazel with a 2-person spray. And Saints get absolutely dominated. HSG looking to finish this one in style. You can see xiaowu in boiler. And again, Saints just at the mercy of HSG. Looking to find out what's happening in that mid position. GFI creeping around in second mid. They don't have the angles, don't have the personnel. Olia completely surrounded. And from second mid, HSG finish the game versus Saints. There was only one team in this from the beginning, and that was HSG.
A double 16-2 affair here in this opening best of 3 of the day. And what a way, you know, both of these teams were on the brink of elimination, but HSG is definitely showing that they are here to stay. And with this, they are going to be having a rematch as well, going up against B4 once more. But this time it will be a best of 3.